we're looking at financial maths. So there are 4 main topics we'll cover, and then we'll do a couple of exam style questions to finish off. So let's first look at salary and pay. Well, this is often represented by, if we're converting, say, hourly wage into weekly salary. So, let's say we earn, £12 per hour, and we want to work out how much we earn per week. Well, let's say we do 8 hours per day, and we do, let's say we have Fridays off, so we do 4 days per week. And we want to work out how much we earn in a week. Well, fairly simple, straightforward. We can work out how much we earn in a single day. Well, that's going to be our hourly rate times the number of hours we work. That's going to be just £12 per hour times 8 hours. And that's going to give us 96. So it's £96 that we'd earn in a day. If we do 4 days per week, well, we just take our daily rate of £96 and we times that by 4, which in this case will give us 300. I'm going to test my mental maths here. 300 and minus 60, 84, hopefully. Let's look at profit and loss next. So let's say, in this case, let's say we're an entrepreneur, right? We're going to buy, we're going to spend £10 on Mars bars. So we're going to spend £10 and we're going to buy 20 Mars bars, right? Some discount shop has a deal on, and they're offering 20 Mars bars for £10. And let's say we get to school and we sell all 20 Mars bars. We decide to price them at 80p each. So they're kind of £0.8 per bar. We want to work out what is our profit from this entrepreneurial endeavor. Well, in this case, we can work out how much we have in the bank left over, right? So what's going to be our total revenue from this business? So if it's £0.8 per bar and it's 20 bars, all we do is we take our price per bar and we times that by 20 bars. Well, 0.8 times 20, we can make this slightly easier for ourselves. We can times this by 10 and divide this by 10. It's the same total answer, but we just make it slightly easier. We get £16. That's a neat little trick we can do there. And is that our profit though? We've now got £16 in the bank, but we spent £10 initially, right? We went down by £10 initially, and we've now gone up by £16. So our actual profit is the difference between those two values. We've actually only made £6. So we've got a profit of £6. So depending on how much you want the £6, it may or may not be worth buying those 20 Mars bars. Interest rates. There are 2 types of interest rates. We'll look at the nice one first, simple interest rates. As the name suggests, this is very simple to calculate. Let's say we put £100 into a bank, and the bank gives us, 6% interest per year. Simple interest. But after year 1, after the first year, we're going to have £106. After year 2, again, we calculate based on our initial investment how much we need to add on per year. So in this case, we'll have £112. After the third year, after year 3, again, we just add on 6% of our initial investment, or 6% of 100. Again, it's just £6. So we add on £6 every time. We'll do one more after year 4. Obviously, we just add on £6 again. We get 1, 2, 4, and so on. That's simple interest, right? We just take our initial investment and we add that on, the interest of that on every single time. Compound is slightly trickier. Let's say again we put £100 into a bank account, and that account offers 6% compound interest. Well, in this case, after the first year, we just look at what we had initially at the start of that year, and we work out an extra 6% on top of that. So in this case, is going to be £106. Where the two types of interest diverge is in the second year, right? In the second year, we look at what we have at the start of that second year. This is kind of what we have on at midnight on December 31st, or midnight, at the very start of January 1st. We take this initial amount and we work out 6% of that. So 6% of this, well, the way we can do this is we take our amount, we take 106 and we times it by 1.06, right? That's technically what we're doing to work out 6%. This is our original amount, and this is our plus 6% on top of it, right? If we just times it by 1, we'd end up with the original amount. We times it by 1.06, we add on that 6%. And so if we do that on a calculator, 106 times 1.06, we end up with 112.36. So £112, 36p. We could do another one. So we take what we have after this year and we times that by 1.06, right? We work out 6% on top of this. And so we do 112.36 times 1.06. And we can do that on the calculator. I'm going to be very, very lazy again. 112.36 times 1.06. We end up with 119.1. And we can keep doing this, but you can already see comparing the year threes for both of them. We've got an extra £1 in this account. What you can see we're doing here, typically what we're doing is we're taking our initial amount of £100 and we're taking this and we're timesing it by our percentage change. In this case, as a decimal, this is 1.06, right? We're adding on an extra 6%. So times this by 1.06. And then we take this amount, this new amount, in this case is £106. We take this whole thing and we times it by 1.06. And again, to work out the amount that we have in third year, we take this whole thing and we times this, in this case it's £112.36. We times this by 1.06. And what you can see happening is, if we were to look at what this can be represented as, this is just 1.06 to the power 3, right? It's 1.06 times itself 3 times. And so in general, we can take our initial amount and times it by our change to the number of years, to the n, to the number of years that we're interested in. And that's going to be our formula going forwards. Let's look at VAT finally to finish off this group of subtopics. VAT, let's say, you've got a TV and TV in the shop is showing a price of £480. And it's including VAT. Well, VAT is 20% at the moment in the UK, as of 2022. So if we wanted to work out the original price of this TV, well, if I want to look at how we work out VAT, well, we take our initial price without VAT, and if we want to add on 20%, we just times it by 1.2, and that gives us our final price. I can reverse this, right? I can work backwards. I can take my final price, and I can divide it by 1.02, and I should be able to get my initial price, right? I'm just dividing both sides by 1.2, and that gives me my initial price. So both of these formulas are going to be fairly important for VAT. In this case, if I'm working backwards, I'm given my final price. I want to work out my initial price. So I can take 480, I can divide it by 1.2, and that's going to give me, if I do that in my head, that's going to be £400. So that would be my initial price. Let's do a couple of exam style questions to finish off. So Sarah works for a company. Her normal rate of pay is £15 per hour, and she works 7 hours and gets overtime for each extra hour past her regular 7-hour day. So if she gets an extra third of her normal rate and she does 10 hours, what is she going to earn? So if this is an extra third, well, her normal rate is £15, a third of 15 is 5. So this is going to represent £20, right? This is going to be her hourly rate for overtime. And so all we're doing is we're taking our regular rate of £15. We times that by 7 hours for the first 7 hours. She does 10 hours in total. So she's going to have 3 hours. The last 3 hours are going to be at £20 per hour. And so 15 times 7, that's going to give us 105. And 20 times 3, that's going to give us 60. So in total, she gets £165. Let's do 1 or 2 more questions. Ed's profit on Good Luck cards in 2018 was £360. This is a decrease of 20% on his profit in 2017. What was the profit on cards in 2017? Well, this is just like we did with VAT, right? It's very, very similar. And so we can take our final amount, we can divide it by 1.2, and if we actually let's just double check I'm doing this thing right. We know that if it's a decrease of 20%, we take our initial amount, and if we're taking off 20%, we're left with 80%, right? We're left with 0.8, and so that's going to give us our final amount. But we're working backwards now, right? We've given our final amount in 2018. We want to work out our initial amount in 2017. So I nearly fell into the trap. What we need to do is we take our final amount, we rearrange this, we divide it by 0.8, and that's going to give us our initial amount. In this case, we're doing 360 divided by 0.8, and if I, again, I'm very, very lazy, do that on the calculator, I end up with 450. So that would be our answer. Next question. You deposit £400 into a bank account paying 5% simple interest per year. How much interest would you have earned after 3 years? So again, this is fairly similar to what we've seen before, right? It's simple interest in this case. So what we do is we take our £400, and if we are adding on 5% every year, well, what's 5% of 400? 5% of 400 is just 0.05 times 400, right? That's 5% as a decimal. There is a decimals to fractions to percentages video you can watch on same YouTube channel. So give that a look if you're not sure how that conversion works. We work out 5% of 400. Again, I can do my trick, right? I can times this by 100 and divide this by 100. All I'm doing really is 5 times 4, right? And I end up with £20. So that's my percentage interest for 3 years. It's just getting me 20 times 3 to give me £60. So my answer is going to be £60. And that's the end of financial maths.